Hi guys, it's Fergie here with another GFM TV show for you. Tonight we've got Jodie and Cameron from SILVI and Melanie S Jane, another singer-songwriter for you. We're going to chat about their music, what they've been up to, what they've got coming out. So it should be a good show. I've just spoken to them before and they're really excited to talk to you all. So I'm going to bring them all into the call. If you just wait, bear with me a wee second. Jodie.
Hi.
Say hi, Cameron.
Hiya.
And Melanie.
Hiya!
Yes, we're all here. So, we'll just check everyone's together and I'll come in. Hello!
Hi.
All right.
Wave.
We're all here.
Yeah, fun. Cool. Okay, so guys, thanks very much for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
That we get to oh, you're welcome. It's a nice thing that we get to have like a couple of artists on because it's interesting to hear you guys even talk to each other. I mean, the last interview I done, I ended up sitting back and letting the guys talk amongst themselves. So it's nice to see like link the kind of music scene because we've been kind of deprived of it, as we know, and we'll touch on all that. But it's nice to have, you know, a few people on the cyber couch, if you know what I mean. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm just going to introduce SILVI first of all. Melanie, you can take a wee back seat for a second. So we've got Jodie and we've got Cameron from SILVI, and they're here to talk about the latest single, which is called That's Not Love, which I've just listened to, which was awesome. And Melanie S Jane, who's got a couple of EPs. Our most recent one's called All in a Moment, which I listened to as well. I actually caught a wee live video that you'd made on YouTube. That's what I thought was that.
Right, yes.
You look really cold, I have to say.
Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking, yeah, that's the Sydney of Brighton.
Absolutely freezing, but that's the thing. It's so good to see you out there doing that. So, first of all, Jodie and Cameron, I just wanted to ask as well, because when I was looking at Spotify and things like that, I couldn't really see if it was just the two of you in the band. Is it a two-piece or is there more? Cameron, tell us the setup for the band.
Just the
Cameron,
two of us.
Sorry.
Aye. No, just the two of us. Jodie's the songwriter. She's the lyricist, the genius behind the lyrics. She's the singer, and I just sit in the background and pretend I do things and play drums and bit of guitar. And, but no, just the two of us.
Yeah, and we've got
Cameron,
a really amazing producer. Oh, sorry.
No.
I was just going to say we've got a really amazing.
You go.
Sorry. I was just going to say we've got a really amazing producer, James Mackay, who helps us with the studio recordings as well.
Yeah.
That's all.
All I was going to say, Jodie, is that Cameron was a bit modest there when he says, I'm just a guy in the background that doesn't really do much. When he's the guy sitting with the 50s mic and the two guitars behind us. And,
exactly.
I'm sitting at my door, so we're on to you, Cameron.
Yeah.
We know you're the brains. No, that's great. So, and Melanie, you are acoustic singer-songstress. How long have you been playing?
Yeah, I've been playing quite a while. I've been in a few bands. I'm in a band called Emerald Storm. We're taking a pause at the moment. So been in a few bands, and I started the solo in 2018.
And did you bring it? Was that your first release, the In the Moonlight EP?
It was for the solo, yeah. The EP was released last year, and I was very excited. And I made a video of one of the songs, In the Moonlight, and I've just actually, even though the EP was released last year, I've only just released the single of In the Moonlight as well, because a few people were saying that they really enjoyed it, and one of them was saying, why don't you release it as a single? So I've just done that, and so that was a bit unexpected, because I just also released Silver Beam as well not long ago as a single as well.
I know, and I got a chance to listen to, like I was saying just before we come on, to watch your
Yeah.
video that you made. I won't mention the frostbite, but it looks great. And see, when it comes to the releases that you do, I know being a solo artist, you know, you have to write the songs, you have to put the time into
Yeah.
getting yourself gigs, you have to put the time into recording, put the money in. I mean,
That's
is
right.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it, do you feel like it's a real labour of love to do
Well,
that? And
yeah.
go on.
Well, I've got my own portable recording studio at home, so I can just go on it when I can. I do work part time as well, but so I do as much as I can, and it's just great to have the recording studio at home, and I do all the mixing and all the instruments as well. I've got this Roland keyboard synthesizer, which you can create drum beats and bass and other sounds. So I use that as well to enhance the sound.
So your music's all self-produced and self-released?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Takes quite a bit of time to make an EP.
I was going to say, I mean, that's so appreciated. And I know the guys from SILVI will know as well. You mentioned that you've got a producer working with you, and you know that takes a lot of the, the stuff that I know that I couldn't do. You know, I couldn't do what you do. I can play guitar and sing a couple of songs, but I couldn't record them. I couldn't release them. So I think that's amazing to do. But Jodie, tell us a bit more about how you've put. Sorry, I meant to say, is the latest single, has that been put together during the last 6 months, or was it ready before the kind of lockdown hit? Tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, That's Not Love was made by myself and Cameron initially. So I wrote the song halfway through lockdown, I would say. But then when we were allowed like 2 people in a household, I went over to Cameron's, and I wrote it initially on guitar, and then Cameron changed it to piano and created the sound that we kind of have the foundation of. Obviously, it's been like built on with that by James, but Cameron basically took what I'd done just in my bedroom and made a smaller produced version of it just in his home studio that he's sitting in just now. And then we took that to James, and then James built on it with the beautiful stuff that you hear in the background of it. And it translates really well when we're doing it live, because I sing it live and then Cameron plays live drums, and then we have the rest of it just on a track in the background. So yeah, it's worked out really well, even though it was literally made initially in a bedroom.
Well, guys, and that's what I've been keen to touch on, because when you say that it sounds really good live, and when you're playing it together, that makes me feel good, because that means I feel like you're getting ready to actually play it live in front of people when we can, and that would be your setup, Cameron. So when we can finally come and see us live, the setup would be Jodie vocals, and are you behind the keys, and then the rest of it is pre-recorded tracks, and then you put the live performance together around that?
Well, we've been rehearsing quite a bit, getting ready for proper gigs. Live setup, yeah, Jodie singing, and myself behind some drums with like a sample pad, and just triggering loads of live loops and all that fun. Plenty
all that jazz.
Exactly. Just plenty of click and remembering when to hit the right sounds in. But talking to live, we pre-recorded a live stream that's going out tomorrow, actually. So you'll get a wee taster of what the live setup will be. If you're kicking a bit tomorrow.
Well, what we'll do, I'll definitely be watching it, but what we can do is if you can send me a message to the link, I'll put it in the comments of this video as well, and we'll post it on the GFM page as well, so anyone that
Can do that.
can just click the link. Absolutely, because that's what we're all about. We want to get you guys heard. It's the same as everyone that comes on here. You know, the reason I'm doing this is I'm a washed up musician. I tried it once and it was so hard. You guys know you know how hard it is. You know, it's,
Oof, aye.
there's, but we love it, and the thing that excites me now is to do anything I can to try and help anyone get heard. If one more person listen, well, all three of you have got one more person that's listened to your music just by doing this, which is me, because you know I might not have heard it before, and I think it's great. So if we can get a community to get it out there, that's what it's all about.
Definitely.
Anyway, Melanie, tell us a bit more about your music. Where did the influences come from? I listened to it, and you know, actually, the first couple of artists that came into my, and I hate doing this, like comparing you, because that's not what I'm doing. But just the sound of it and the feel of it, I instantly thought, like, kind of Bowie, The Doors, a bit of.
Yeah, I've listened to them quite a lot in the past.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have.
I'm sure they have.
But even the sound, a bit of Chrissy Hind as well in your voice, so it was a kind of.
All right. Oh. Yeah.
Is it
oh,
fair to say
cool.
that, well, I know it's good company to be keeping, but you know it's
definitely,
great.
Yeah.
Where does the influences come from? Is that something that you take a lot of influence from people, or do you do what I do and try and not sound like the people you like?
Well, I mean, I've listened to loads of, when I was growing up, I mean, I bought every Beatles album. When I heard the Beatles, I just wanted all their albums, and I was total crazy about them. So I bet they've influenced me a bit. Like you said, Bowie, early Bowie, loads of artists I've got into, and over the years, and yeah, I suppose it does have an effect on you. But but the songs themselves, when I write the lyrics, and quite a few of the songs are about spirituality as well, because very much into that. And also some of the songs are about, I like fantasy songs, like In the Moonlight's a fantasy song, the Silver Beam, that's about the universe, the light flying around the universe. So there's loads of influences as well with what I'm writing about.
Well, do you know what? And I hope you don't mind me saying now that you've said that, Melanie, because just before we came on, I watched your video, and I said to my missus, I was like, I'm going to like her because she's a hippie from Newcastle, and that's exactly what I think.
I do love it. Yes, I do. I've listened to quite a lot of it. Yeah, I think, I do love that. Yeah, you're right. If it was 1967, it would be brilliant.
That's great, but do you know what? We're all here to listen, and it's great that we can get this.
Oh, thanks for saying. Thanks. That's a big compliment. No, you're saying that.
Yeah. Do you know what? Listen, there's no compliments here because it's all the truth. Do you know what I mean? It's just anyone that makes music, I think, to me, are doing that extra thing where, and especially now, I get this feeling that, you know, the people that have, you know, wanted to be in bands or wanted to make music and stuff like that, they've had a bit extra time, and kind of getting a bit sick of what's getting forced in our faces with certain things. I'm not going to name them, but you know what I mean. Like, I think it's time for the musician to be at the forefront of listeners' ears again. Do you know what I mean by that, Jodie?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, I know what you mean as well. I enjoy my fair share of like electronic music in terms of like some of it I think is great, but there's nothing better than going to see a live band. So Yeah, I think that was really important to us when we were thinking about our live set, because obviously a lot of it we're using like backing tracks because there's only two of us. We can't play like all the instruments that there is. But it was really
Yeah.
important to us that because Cameron's such a talented instrumentalist, that we utilise that so much. So there is going to be times when he's just playing guitar or just playing drums or playing like keys or whatever. So um, yeah, I definitely really value instrumentalists. I only play like basic myself, so I'm not going to be like pulling out any solos or that on a guitar. But never say never. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't.
Well, Jodie, do you know what? You've got the luxury that I thought I used to have. I was in bands before, and I was a singer, and I could sing and let other people do the hard part, which is play the instruments. Cameron, you know how difficult it is, and if you're a multi-instrumentalist, I think you're just mental because learning one bloody instrument is a nightmare. But I think I was listening to your voice or your song before, Jodie, and you get such a what I like to call undulating voice. It's got softness in it, which is as strong. What I'm trying to say is that when a voice is the soft part of it is as strong as the strong part of it is a very difficult thing to achieve. Any singer will tell you that, and that's where I found that track sat, where the soft parts of it are they sit as well. They're not. Sometimes I think some singers, they're just waiting to get to the big notes because that's their thing. And then other singers will sing a whole song that's kind of whispered and that's nice, but you want them to go somewhere else. So I think it's so nice to hear someone that has both. And I was going to ask if you had any training or are you all self-taught with the vocals?
First of all, thanks so much. That was really kind. I've not had training, no. Always kind of been in like choirs and things throughout school, but no kind of formal training. I think I've had maybe 2 singing lessons, but I'd already kind of found my voice by that point, and I've kind of found like a way that I can do it. So I've not really been taught. But in saying that, the singing lessons were great, and I got a lot from them in terms of confidence. I would say the biggest thing, because for a long time I was really, really kind of selling myself short in the sense that, like what you're saying, like I just wouldn't go for the big bits. I would just kind of keep it all on one level because I was too nervous to like be more than that. Just like I think a lot of it comes down to confidence. Like Melanie might be the same. Like when you're singing, it can really make or break your performance if you're not feeling like you've got control over your voice to be able to take those high notes or whatever. So yeah, I've not had training, but I would like to actually go get singing lessons. I think that would be really fun.
That's so interesting to hear, and I know when you touched on Melanie as well, and myself as an ex-singer, it's such a difficult thing to do when, and a lot of people will do that, is they won't take the risk, they'll sit where their voice can be without taking the risk, because, and we've all done it, we've all watched singing programmes, and they've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds to sing a song. 2 minutes and 29 seconds of it are perfect, and they try and hit one note and they hit it wrong, and you go, oh my god, did you hear that? They're awful.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Like, it can be perfect all the way, and then, but it's see that risk taking, that pushing it that bit more. That's what separates, I think, and I definitely think that you've got that, Jodie. And if you're going to take singing lessons, don't let them teach you how to sing because you already know that. It's breathing.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We've got a comment from a fan coming in.
That's my cousin. Hi, Leanne.
Leanne Elvin, is your cousin?
Yeah.
She's saying you got singing lessons from your mum hen.
My mum
Now,
is a
I think-
fantastic singer, but
I was just
yeah.
going to say. I was just going to say, it reminds me of thinking of about, you know, this Christmas and stuff like that. It's not going to be big family do's, but I think one thing that always kind of rang in my family was, you know, after everyone's had their dinner, the guitar comes out and you go, oh my God, man, is some singer, and you know, that thing. And is that where you kind of got your first inspiration to become a singer? Is hearing your family sing at certain events like that? Is that something that get passed down to you and you thought, oh wow, I want to do that?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone in my family on both sides loves music, so it was always a really, really big part of growing up. But in particular, my mum is a very, very talented singer, and was always singing to me growing up. There was a song for everything we did, like a song for being on the swing at the park, a song for like getting ready. There was just everything. And yeah, my mum has got an absolutely brilliant voice. She could have definitely done something with it. So there's part of me that feels like I would love to do something with my singing, because yeah, it's a shame that my mum never, but she still could. She definitely still could. She's very talented.
Maybe we should feature her in one of the songs.
Yeah, my mum's Lorna.
Guys, you heard it here first. It's going to be SILVI, and then it'll be the little FEAT dot.
Yeah.
Lorna Donaldson.
Yeah, but Cameron's from a really musical family as well, so we've both got that.
Is Cameron from such a musical family that when he's not getting spoken to, he's playing the bongos between his legs?
Nah, just getting ready to meditate. Just getting in
the bongos
in the position.
Cameron, okay, we'll come to you then, since I can tell you're getting itchy feet. If you're playing the bongos with your feet. And also, hi Lorna. She said thanks. She was thinking the same. We've got a few comments coming in about your mum. She seems to be the star of the show. We've got.
She always is.
She the Life and Soul of the Park, never too late. We've got very talented family. Also, James Mackay done a stellar job in the production. I take it James is James.
I take it James never heard us singing his praises about 10 minutes ago.
Late to the show.
James, where were you? Exactly. Aye, still
fake fan. Fake fan.
Your mum's saying hi, so I better say hi back. Hi, Lorna.
Oh.
You're very lucky women. I wonder if Lorna would be up for coming on an interview in GFM, telling us about our next single. Lorna, what do you think?
Hell yeah. She's upstairs.
Yeah. Get her down. I'm going to ask Melanie a couple of questions about her music. Get your mum down. I don't think she's shy. Anyway, Cameron, sorry.
Answer to both.
Bongos. Can you show everybody your bongos so everybody knows what the weird noise is going on in the background?
I don't know what the noise is. I've not got bongos, I'm afraid. Sorry to disappoint.
Can no one hear that? Do. Anyway, we'll see you after.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. Melanie, where are you, like, where have you mainly played your live shows? Is it all round about where you stay, or have you done any travelling about to kind of other cities to do gigs, or is it mainly based where in and around where you're from?
Yeah, well, I started sort of June 2018 doing my solo. I performed in Newcastle, and for the first time I was like, I totally really enjoyed it. You know, when you're doing it for the first time and you're up there by yourself, and it was brilliant. So, since then I've been mainly playing in the northeast. But last year I thought, I just had it in my head to go to Liverpool, and I thought, why not? Why don't I go to some open mic nights in Liverpool, Merseyside? And I sort of went to Merseyside, stayed in New Brighton, and went on the Monday, because obviously I love the Beatles, so maybe that's why I wanted to go to Liverpool. But, so I arrived on the Monday and then got a taxi by myself and went to the Cavern pub. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going by myself. And I've never been there before. This was last October. And yeah, it was the taxi driver dropped me off and went into the pub. It's obviously near where the Beatles played. The Beatles played at the Cavern Club. But there was an open mic night for original music there on a Monday night. So that's where I went. And it was absolutely packed when I walked in. I was like a bit nervous, but like really excited as well. You know, like when you're getting a mixed feeling. And like luckily I was chatting to a few people, so at the bar, and then and because I arrived a bit later, it was probably about midnight by the time I got up there and played a couple of songs. Oh, it was brilliant. And then after that, I stayed there for about 5 days. And so I thought, well, what's the open mic like in Brighton was in? And so I played at a place called the Clarence. That's actually on my YouTube channel where I'm performing one of the songs in New Brighton. I'll join in. And it was brilliant. I had a fantastic night and met loads of really, I mean, I was by myself. I went by, but I was like, I know. I mean, I went with my partner was looking after the dogs in the hotel, so I actually went out by myself last year.
Oh my God!
I know. I love the cat, so I went in the taxi, obviously, at Liverpool at the Cavern pub, but in New Brighton. I just drove the car there, so but I met some really cool people. There was a couple of I didn't know this. There was a couple of people who organised festivals watching me, and so afterwards, when I was chatting to them, they were saying, "Oh," and like it was just like the feedback from them, and they were saying, "Why don't you try going to such and such in Liverpool and this and that?" And I was like making notes and like, so yeah, and I was due because of that. I've made some brilliant friends when I was going to go back this year to play at the festivals in Merseyside, but obviously that's all been cancelled this year. So hopefully next year I'll get to go back. But just by doing that, you know, I met some really lovely people and actually organised festivals and radio. There was radio presenter, and so it's just like that's it was fantastic. So definitely go back there. I know, I can't believe it. It was totally amazing. That's what was amazing. What? 4 or 5 days, yeah.
What a legend. And do you know what, guys, and it's something I touch on with everyone I speak to, and it's always think about you know, people that want to take up music the way that we love it. And I think one of the biggest things about learning to play music and be part of a music scene is, I think the biggest thing that I can take away from it, because I've never had a record deal, is the people you meet. The people you meet when you want to play music together, and they're some of the best people in the world. And you know, it's such a great thing for anyone to do, is to learn an instrument or to join a band or, you know, do anything in that, because I'm sure you'll all agree that some of the most important people in your life you've met through your music. What do you think, Cameron? Do you think that's true?
100%. If it wasn't for music, me and Jodie would never be pals. I don't really know how we met. Probably when she was gigging as a solo artist, worked at a venue like Tekken front of house, and got to meet her there. Things spiraled, and we're now playing a band. All my pals, really, I've met through music. girlfriend, met through music. Gary, who's commented, saying I'm a dap hand behind the turntables.
Nice.
Met through music. Literally everyone. It's weird. Music. Music is kind of life.
Absolutely, guys. And do you know what? I'm a massive thing, and I bang on about it probably too much, like because I'm getting old, and that's your right as you get old. You get to bang on about the stuff that the kids do just now, and I think, see if I had a magical power, right? This is my magical power, Harry Potter style, right? Every single kid that has just got a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox box, as they put their hand in, I go, and they pull out a guitar and a keyboard or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See if that happened, oh my god, I would change the world. There'd be no such thing as war. But there you go. That's another story. Guys, look, I'm so sorry to say it. It feels like we've been talking for like 5 minutes, but we're kind of running out of time. But you have to all answer Fergie's 3 questions.
Ooh.
But sometimes, do you know, my 3 questions, sometimes they can take as long as the interview does, but because there we go. So I'm going to try and keep these to the first thing that comes out in your head. So Jodie,
Rapid fire.
You first. Rapid fire. Intimate gig or festival atmosphere? 1 as a performer and 2 as a fan. You two get time to think.
Oh, I would like to play Sneaky Pete's as an intimate gig. As a performer. And then I would love to be a participant, like a audience member of like any of the, the sofa sessions.
Uh-huh.
I would love to watch like the like sessions they do it in like random places around.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Like
I would love to.
Like tenement TV as well.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing with the sofa sessions is they have like the audience in the video as well. I'd love to be part of that, but for like one of my like an artist that I love or like a local artist or something. That would be cool.
Cameron, intimate gig or festival atmosphere? Not where would you want to play or anything like that? Cause
festival. Festivals are my favourite things ever.
Yes.
I played in a band before, SILVI, and best gigs we ever done was festivals. I love them. I love going to festivals myself.
Like me, I'm a 16-time veteran of Tea in the Park plus many
class.
others. 2-time Coachella. Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow.
Love a festival. I know.
Jealous.
Anyway, Melanie, what do you reckon? Festival or intimate gig? What?
I like intimate gigs, but I love festivals. I'm just raring to go to the festivals in hopefully 2021. That I want to go to loads of festivals. Play at them. Yay!
I think we're getting used to the intimate gigs after COVID.
Well, I think so. I think so, but we'll all be ready. So my next toughie for you is, Jodie, we'll come back to you. Electric guitar or acoustic guitar?
Electric.
Cameron.
Yep, electric.
What? With this behind you?
No, this isn't my room. This is just
This isn't my room. Oh, come on. Whose is it?
That's his studio. That's his studio, not his room.
This is the only.
Right. Okay.
This is the only acoustic guitar I own, and it never gets played.
This isn't my daughter's room. This is actually my sauna area, and I'm kidding. Melanie, what do you reckon? I know you're going to.
That's hard because I play obviously I play acoustic guitar a lot in I'm doing the solo, but in the band I play the electric. So no.
It's a tough one.
I don't know. Just throw a coin and see where it lands. It's not I don't know. Can't decide. Electric, because I suppose you can get an acoustic sound effect on the electric guitar then.
I'll tell you what, Melanie, we can do rock paper, ukulele.
Right, yeah, because you can get all the sound effects, can't you? So electric.
Exactly. There you go. Right, last one, guys. One more one of Fergie's teasers for you. Before we go, I just want to thank everyone for coming on the show. I want to let everyone know that I've been listening to your music and it's class. Everyone should listen to it. We will get the links to your stuff in the comments of this video. Share and share and share and share and share so that people can hear it. And you know, we'll get you back on. We'll talk a bit more once it gets to the time where the stuff's booked and we can get you on and talk about push your gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll get you back on because that's what we love to do. So thank you all so much. The last question before we go, you just have to shout this one out because it's a tough one, but it's an easy one, and then we're going to go. Right? Jodie, Oasis or Blur?
Oasis.
Cameron, Oasis or Blur?
Oasis.
Oasis.
Melanie, for a
Yeah,
full house.
Oasis,
It's a full house. Thank you so much, guys. This has been Fergie and GFM with SILVI and Melanie S.
Thanks, see you.
We've had a great
Jodie,
time.
Cameron.
Bye.
Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
Bye. And
See you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers,
Fergie.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, everyone. Tune in for the next show. Cheers, then. Bye.